this video, I am going to be showing you how I go basically from an idea to a creation of a brand new offer. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, exactly what I would do if I came up with an idea and wanted a quick cash injection in my business. So what I'm doing for this particular offer is it's something that I actually already have for sale as a do-it-yourself course, and it's how to create a custom GPT on your own. Now, what I realize is that a lot of people, even if they have the step-by-step instructions, they just want somebody else to do it for them, especially people who are higher up in business. They don't want to take the time to learn it, to implement it, to make sure that it's correct. So they would hire someone to just do it for them. So that's going to be my cash injection offer. I'm taking an offer that already works, that's already selling, and creating it in a different format. Now, you can do this for anything. So if you wake up one day and you're like, "Ooh, I would really love to do this offer," or maybe you've been sitting on an offer for a while, I'm going to show you step by step how to do this and how to get this out there like within a day. One of the things that I've noticed with content creators, course creators, entrepreneurs is they take a long time to execute. So the idea might be there, but it's marinating and it's sitting there and nothing actually happens. With AI, we can actually turn that into something tangible and turn that into something profitable very, very easily and very, very quickly. So that's what I want to show you in this video. I'm going to be doing everything from actually fleshing out the offer, what should be included, what the price should be, how I'm going to promote it, the landing page, the social media assets, everything that I need to really get this thing up and running and being sold by either the end of the day today or tomorrow. So if that is something that you are excited about, stay tuned for this video, and I'm going to actually, by the end, let you know how long it actually took me. Obviously, I'm not going to have you on here for hours, so I will let you know, hey, this took me X amount of time, and, I started at this time and I completed at this time. So you get a real world view of how you can do this. Oh, one more thing. I'm also going to create some of the images and some of the digital assets that are going to also promote this offer for me. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's see here. So what we're going to do is start with a blank screen, essentially. And what I am going to do is show you some of the custom GPTs that I created. Now, obviously, what a lot of people are doing is they're just going straight to the regular chat GPT. They're asking it a question. They're asking it to complete a task. They're asking it, hey, create this for me, make my social media post. What should my offer be? And what happens is you get a very general response because chat is pulling just from everywhere. It's pulling from the internet. It's pulling from all kinds of things that may or may not be relevant to what you're actually producing. When you actually have a custom GPT that is trained, that understands the actual formats and the frameworks that are working right now, that's when you get a stellar result and something that actually sells, something that's actually going to be profitable. So if you look over to the left-hand side here, and we are going to be going over some of the custom GPTs in this video series as well. But as you can see, I have some of my favorite. These are the ones that I have actually created. And right now we have 10, and there are a few more that are being created right now. But if you see here, I have Selena, the social media strategist, Olivia, the offer oracle, Marley, the marketing coach, Val, the virtual assistant, Fiona, the funnel builder. So we're going to use a couple of these today, and we're going to get started right now with Olivia, the offer oracle. So I always start with Olivia because she is the one who is going to help me flesh out the offer and really make sure that I am creating something that my ideal clients want, that is of high value. And she's really going to help me strategize also upsells, downsells, if relevant. If it's something that I don't already know. I do have some ideas already for this particular offer, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, and there's a couple of things I can do here. I can hit get started and start a conversation with Olivia, and we can just go in. She's going to ask me, do you want to create a lead magnet, a gateway offer, an immersion or accelerator, all different kinds of offers that we can have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hi, Olivia, I have an idea for an offer that I want to create and sell this week for a cash injection. Okay, so as you can see here, I kind of just riffed on here's what I want to do. I want to have a VIP done for you offer, or for custom creation of a custom GPT. I put in there what I want to offer them, what I'm thinking of the price to be, and some of the bonuses that I am thinking. So I actually did this on purpose where I said, hey, I'm thinking about number one, this being the bonus, and the number two, I'm not sure yet, because I want to show you that Olivia can help me figure out what these bonuses can be and what makes the most sense for my ideal client. So I love this also because she is going to explain essentially, why this offer is going to work, right? It's not just, hey, set up a custom GPT, right? That's kind of everywhere. Anyone can figure that out. You could Google it, but I'm actually selling how to amplify your intellectual property, how to create leverage, how to create delegation in your business, how to create authority embodiment, and something that's operationally efficient, right? So this is a powerful offer. And Olivia even confirms it sounds like a no-brainer at $500, but she is questioning me, right? So first, $500, is that the right price? Short answer, yes, for a cash injection offer, but the strategic positioning is not I'll set up two GPTs. It's I will turn your expertise into a scalable AI asset that thinks and communicates just like you. See the complete difference here? And if I put this into just a regular GPT, I probably wouldn't get a response or an output that is relevant to my industry and my niche, which is coaching, course creation, and experts, right? So we'll go through a little bit more of what Olivia says. Everything is pretty much laid out here for me. She says, here's the offer structure. She's telling me exactly what I'm going to create, which is going to be an authority GPT. This is one that embodies their methodology and framework. It answers in their voice and helps them create content aligned with their teaching. Then we're going to have an operations GPT. This is more of a behind the scenes GPT that's going to act either as their OBM, strategist, launch assistant, content planner, whatever makes sense for them, but essentially an AI team member. Now she's also telling me, okay, this sounds like a great offer, right? But we need to clarify the transformation. We need to strengthen the bonuses, and we need to make the value stack obvious so that $500 price, like, it is truly a no brainer. She goes a little bit more on here. She does tell me about the bonuses. So the first bonus was one that I was going to come up with anyway, which was a custom voice bot so that they always have something that sounds like their brand and their voice across the board. Bonus number two was where I said, hey, I'm not really sure what to do here. So she's giving me some ideas. Option number one, AI prompt vault. Actually, that was one of the things that I was thinking. I was actually thinking of the bonus being my custom GPT vault, which is normally for sale for $47. And it includes a dozen AI assistants that help with bullet points, FAQs, and different things to help them with their offers. She also gives me another option here of a 30-day AI integration plan. Now, here's the thing. I can decide, right? Like if I just want this to be a one-off, I'm going to create the thing for you, have you go off and do your thing, then I'll probably want to choose A, right? But B is if I want to maybe continue to work with them and be available for them as they implement this offer. And number three, or option C, she says the strongest conversion is a 30-minute private strategy call, not tech support, but AI leverage. Now that's already going to be included, so I'm definitely going to go with A here. So she also gives me the value stack. VIP custom AI build out is $500. You'll receive custom authority GPT, custom operations GPT, custom voice calibration bot, personalized prompt vault, and a 30-minute AI leverage strategy session. That sounds amazing for $500. Yes, it is a no-brainer. Okay, so she's going to continue to ask me different things here, like, is this fully done for you? Is it collaborative? What do you need? Do you need an intake form? So she's already guiding me on the things that I am actually going to need here. Okay. Now, she says, one strategic concern, $500 is low for what this actually is. If this works and gets traction, this becomes a $1,500 to $3,000 offer. So see how we're building here on Olivia? I'm not just pulling things out of my, what, but this is actually strategic in figuring out what this offer is. So what I'm going to do is, and typically what happens is, especially when you're just using regular chat, it's going to say, hey, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to write a sales page? Do you want me to write an email? Do you want me to do whatever? And what I want to do here is like I mentioned, have specific team members that I have already created. And I already have someone who is going to help me create that sales page. And the reason why I wouldn't just ask Olivia to help me with the sales page, even though she understands the offer, is because Olivia is not trained to create the sales page. Yes, you can create the sales page, but it's not going to be in the correct format that's actually working now. So what we're going to do is actually move on to Sloan, the sales page writer. So what I'm going to do is I am basically going to copy and paste the offer and drop it into Sloan. So one more thing I'm going to do actually very quickly, since I have Olivia, is come up with a name for this offer. Now, you don't always have to have a name for your offer, but I'm just curious of what she would come up with. So what do you suggest as a name for this offer? So right now, within 5-ish minutes, we have created the entire offer structure. We have a price for the offer. We have a name for the offer. We're going to pick one right now. And then we're going to move on to a sales page in just a second. So let's see, the Founder AI infrastructure, the IP amplifier. Ooh, I really like that one. The AI asset vault. No. Okay. The IP amplifier. I really like that. I also like the digital genius build out, but let's just go with this. I can always change this. Oh, let's see, the AI amplifier, VIP AI build out. Let's do that one. So we are going to now go over to Sloan. And as you can see, Sloan is the sales page guru. She is Sloan. I create sales pages that pull attention, build desire, convert like a machine. Now, again, the reason why I don't have Olivia creating the sales page is because Olivia is not trained on the actual sales page structure that is working right now. And the reason why I don't just go right into regular chat and do it is for the same purposes. So we are going to basically just copy and paste the core offer that Olivia gave us. Now, this is something that is required, and we will go more into this in the series as well, of how to actually make it sound, how to make ChatGPT sound like you, right? So I'm going to upload my voice document, my ideal client document, and all the details about my offer. And then Sloan is going to whip up my sales page in just a few seconds. So I have all of my documents uploaded, and I copied and pasted what I got from Olivia. And now Sloan is going to create a sales page. First, she's asking me what type of vibe I want for this. So normally I would probably go maybe a little edgy and unconventional, but for something that is done for you, this is a little bit of a different type of client. So I'm going to go luxe and premium for the offer. Okay, so as you see this building out, you're going to see that there's different sections here, right? Section 1 is the pitch. There's a CTA button, exactly where I should put it. Section 2 is social proof, where I'm going to have to insert screenshots, client testimonials. So if you don't have these, you can actually, move that out. So if it's a brand new offer, you don't have social proof, you can actually skip this section here. If it's a brand new offer, you might not have that. But section 3 is the reality check, right? Now, I don't like this. Real talk, you're not stuck because you lack ambitious. It's a little bit sounding like ChatGPT. So what I like to do when it comes to this, you'll see section 4, the transformation, section 6, from challenge to success, section 6, your invitation. It's telling me to put another CTA button, telling me to do section 7, more social proof. Section 8, what's inside, what they're actually getting. Section 9, here's what the offer is, another CTA button. So it's literally creating the entire sales page for me in the format that it should be, okay? And then I'm going to show you just a very easy way to create this. And it really depends. I'll get into a little bit more of how you're going to create your own sales page, but I'll show you a couple different ways that you can do it very, very quickly. Okay, so we have 15 sections here. Like I said, if you don't have the social proof, you can kind of skip that out or just leave it blank until you do have some social proof in there. Or maybe you just have some stats or something like that in there, okay? So the sales page is done. So typically what I do is I operate here with AI in the 10-80-10 rule. So essentially, I gave it 10%, right? I gave it the input. Here's what I want. Here's the format. Here's what the offer is going to be. I let AI do 80% of the work. I mean, pretty much the sales page is done here, right? So what I'm going to do now is copy this into either a Google Doc or a regular document, and I am going to essentially do some edits, right? So this might take me about 10 minutes or so, but I'm going to go through, I'm going to make sure it doesn't really sound like ChatGPT. If you find that, things are sounding a little more like ChatGPT, you could actually just say something like, this sounds a little too ChatGPT-ish, if you know what I mean. Can we rewrite in Jenna's voice. So I already have another custom GPT that is my voice where I have inputted my original writing. This is pre chat GPT. My original writings are in there. So I'm going to use Jenna's voice to have it rewrite the page. All right. So now it has rewritten this for me. Okay. I kind of like it. It's a little, seems a little bit more like broken into pieces and sections and easily readable. So we've got it. All right. So we have the offer. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to copy and paste this into a Google document. I'm going to make some edits just to make sure that it does flow and it sounds like me. And then we'll be back to actually build out the sales page and to come up with some of the graphics and some of the social media posts and all of that good stuff. So we'll be back. All right, so the sales page is edited and we are going to go into how to do that shortly. But what I actually want to do is just go ahead and go into the social media post, because this is something that is going to be very pertinent for most people are using social media in order to present their offer. We're also going to create the emails. So we're going to have the promotional emails, the funnel emails, the welcome email. We're doing all of that today. And we're about, I'm going to say 30 minutes in. So let's continue. We are going to go now to Selena, who is the social media strategist, and we are going to tell her about our offer. And she, as you can see, is a copywriter for organic social media posts that sound like you. So go ahead and get started. Again, with all of these custom GPTs that I created, it's going to ask for me to upload my voice document so that it matches who my ideal client is. It matches my offer. It matches how I would normally write. Otherwise, if you're just asking regular ChatGPT to create content, you are going to sound like everyone else. It's going to sound very robotic. It's going to sound very ChatGPT. So I am going to, again, upload my voice document. I also have some documents about my ideal client's pain points. I also have a document called Jenna's Values and Vibes so that so that bots know what I'm all about and it can really create this as if it is from me. So here is my offer. Let me see. Create posts for Facebook and LinkedIn. So you can kind of put in here whatever you want, depending on which ones you have. Carousels for or which ones you use the most. Carousels for Instagram, reel ideas for Instagram, and a couple of ideas for YouTube videos. Okay. These are the ones that we're using. If you're using TikTok, if you're using other platforms, you can just put in here, to specifically create posts for these specific platforms. I am going to now copy and paste the sales page that we just created. And it tells me I'm writing this in the voice of Jenna Faith, your brand, your story, your tone, your positioning, your language patterns, and the AI pain points your audience is actually experiencing, right? So not just general, not just vague, not just what everybody else is doing, but these are specific to my ideal client, specific to my offer, and written in my voice. So we have the Facebook post. It's giving me Facebook post 1, which is a scroll stopper, talking about capacity. So what I love about this too is going to take different angles and give me the posts that I need to promote my offer. Post number 2 for Facebook is a mistake/fix format. Again, Selena is trained to create posts based on frameworks that are currently working on platforms right now. So this is why it is so important to have something that is custom. And then let's see. So we have 2 Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts. Now these can be interchangeable. Obviously, I can also put this on, Facebook, and I can put the Facebook ones on LinkedIn. It's got me an Instagram carousel with 10 slides based on the framework ADA. Okay. It gives me Reels idea with hooks, right? So some ideas here. Gave me 3 reel ideas. It's given me 2 YouTube ideas because YouTube is one of our main platforms for this year. So that's it. I mean, we've got the stuff. Now, if you want to expand, you can say, if you do more reels, if you do more shorts, if you do more carousels, you can just say, hey, I want 2 more carousels, right? Or I want 4 more Facebook posts, or I want whatever. And Selena will also help you put that into a launch calendar. Now, one of the things, again, like I said, we don't want to use Selena, who's a social media strategist, to build out the email. We want to use the email expert to create our email. So we're just going to leave this here, button that up here, and then we are going to go to Fiona first. So Fiona is going to build the funnel. So I want this to be a series of emails, not just one email. I do have Ellie, the email expert, and she creates kind of like the daily broadcast emails. That's a little bit different than the emails that I would use for a specific offer. So we're going to go to Fiona, and she is asking me, what do you want to create? Are you doing a sale? Are you doing a welcome onboarding sequence? Are you doing a lead magnet delivery, webinar email, a tiny offer? So I'm going to say, I am doing a quick cash injection offer. I want a series of 5 to 7 emails to promote this offer to my list. Start with an intro to the offer and end with last call emails. So I really don't need to do that because she's already trained in that, but I just kind of do that for a little extra layer. So again, I'm going to have my offer, and I am just going to copy and paste the offer. All right, so here she's saying I'm going to use the 4-day cash machine style as the core, even though it's going to be 5 to 7 part. It's pretty much the same type of emails, okay? So she is asking price, $500 one time, offer expiration. Is this evergreen or a fast close sale? Do you want testimonials added? Tone, how do we want the tone, right? So what she does here is she has actually laid out the emails. Now, if I want to do more, I can answer these questions for her, but she's already basically written the emails for me, assuming we're good to go. Here's the email flow and angle, followed by email 1 in full. Okay, so we're going to see what email 1 looks like. If it's good to go, then I will confirm these and have her write the rest of the email. So she has the emails laid out. Intro, you are the bottleneck, but not for long. Email number 2, leverage versus labor. You don't have an effort problem. Email number 3, tangibility, what you walk away with. Email number 4, objection killer. Email number 5 is the conversion push. And then optional, we have email number 6 with testimonials and case studies. And email number 7, which is final call, doors closed tonight. And then it's giving me an example of the email. You are not the bottleneck, or you are the bottleneck, but not for long. It gives me subject line ideas. And then it gives me copy for the body. And as you can see, this is not just a short, simple email. If you go into regular chat and you just say, hey, write me an email for this new offer, it's going to give you a very short email that's not formatted correctly. So again, this is why we're specifically going to the quote unquote experts, right? The bots that are actually built and trained to do these specific tasks. So Fiona is trained to write high converting emails. So we have the full body copy here. It tells them exactly what they're going to leave with, what the results are going to be here. Click here. It's going to tell me where to put the link. It even gives me a little PS because it knows that I write like this, right? So that's it. So we're going to say, sounds great. Here is the clarification on your questions. Let's write out the remaining emails. Okay, so one time, then it increases to 1,500 after the first 5 build outs. Okay, so offer expiration, yes. $500 price, only good for the first 5 people. This is a quick cash injection. Copy heavy, move through insight / diagnosis. Yes. And then there was another question that she had up here that I'm going to just make sure. Okay. Okay. Optional emails should be email number 6. I want this to be custom GPT examples for various industries, niches, to show that anyone can leverage this as a tool. Okay, and then let's go. All right, so we have the rest of our emails here. We have email number 2 fully written with our subject lines on our CTAs. Same for email 3, email 4, email 5. And essentially, I will do the same thing and use the 10-80-10, right? I gave it a little bit of information. It did most of the work. I'm going to copy and paste this into either a Google document or a regular Word document. And I'm going to make some edits just to make sure that it actually sounds like me and it's in flow. That should take about 10 to 15 minutes. So as of right now, we are about 35 minutes in and we have the entire offer created, the offer name, the offer price, the bonuses. We have all of the emails written that are going to promote the offer. We have all of our social media posts that are going to promote the offer. Now, what I want to do here is, and especially since we're in Fiona and she does kind of a welcome email, I actually have two people that can do this. Fiona can write the welcome email, but CC, the client concierge, also really does a great job with the welcome emails. Now I'm going to stick with Fiona here just because she already has the offer and I won't have to, re-input the offer. She already knows what it is. So I'm just going to say, great. Can you create the welcome email for people who purchase this offer? Super simple. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about until after the fact, right? Or they're doing this very manually. So this is something that you want to have in all of your communications with people, especially when they buy from you. A lot of people, hesitate when they buy, and you want to make them feel good about their purchase. And if you look at Fiona, she says, hey, yes, we want to reinforce that they made a smart strategic decision. We want to increase the perceived value immediately and set expectations for the next steps so that momentum stays high. So now we have the welcome email. So as soon as somebody purchases this, we are going to have it set up for them to automatically get this email, right? So we don't have to manually send them an email, figure out what to say. It's already done for us. You're in, let's install your leverage. You're in, I want to acknowledge something right away. This part I might take out because it sounds a little bit ChatGPT-ish, but again, I do that in the editing phase. Here's what happens next. This is a private VIP build out, which means to customize around your brain, your IP, and your business model within the time frame that, whatever it's going to be. So I have to figure out what that is. And what do I need from them? A short intake form, instructions for submitting key assets, and a link to schedule your 30-minute call. How to do their strategy session, what they're walking away with, what they're securing. So reinforcing what they just purchased, right? Again, something like this I would probably take out because it's not really relevant once somebody has purchased, but I'm doing that in the editing phase, which will maybe take me about, just a few minutes. So that's it. So I got this done. If I want, I could do a short confirmation page, but I use Thrivecart and it automatically does that for me. So I'm not going to take that time. But look, she's actually saying, hey, what are the questions? So if I wanted to, sure, come up with the intake form questions for me. Now, what we're going to move on to is, now that we have the sales page, we are going to move on to actually creating the sales page. So obviously every person is different. Depending on what you use for a sales page. Do you use lead pages? Do you use Kajabi? Do you use Thrivecart? Do you use, Samcart? Everybody uses something different. So I'm going to just show you two different ways that you can do this. Otherwise, you'll just have to build it out yourself. It may take a day. Could be quicker if you already have a template. So what we do is we already have some templates in Thrivecart that we just use the same template over and over again, right? It's proven, we know it's proven, and we just copy and paste its sections in there, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So depending on what you're using will determine how long it's going to take you to actually build out the sales page. So I'm going to actually show you two ways that you can do this very, very quickly if you wanted to. First thing is just, let's see, confirming here the question. So again, this is something I would go through, make sure these are questions that I actually need, and button that up a little bit, drop that into a Google form, and it's done. So we have the form, we have the emails, we have the social media posts, we have the sales page written, offer fleshed out with the name, the investment. Like, we're pretty much there, guys. We're ready, almost ready to sell this offer. So let's get into the sales page and the two quick ways that you can create a sales page in just a few minutes, now that Sloan has actually created the copy for you. Okay, so the first place that we're going to build out the sales page is going to be in Gamma. So this can, and here's the thing, if you really want to just get an offer out, you can put it on a Google Doc. Send it out, it's done. But if you want something that looks a little bit more fancy and more branded, again, you can use whatever you normally use for your sales page, or I love to use Gamma, and Gamma will actually build out an entire website for you. So I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly, literally in minutes. So we are going to, number one, create with AI. The first thing we're going to do is paste in text because we've already had Sloan create the sales page for us. And there's a couple options here. You have presentation, web page, document, and social. So we are going to do web page. Basically just copied and pasted everything that Sloan created here. And then there's a couple different options here, generate from notes or an outline. So just have notes or an outline. You can have it create the page from that. But I actually just like to see preserve this exact text. And then it's going to configure the prompt for me. This just takes a few seconds. And the way that Gamma works is that there's different cards essentially. So we'll just go ahead and hit generate. All right, so Gamma is doing its thing. Now, I already have a template in here. There are obviously templates that you can just use that are built in, but I have put in my brand colors and the styles that I like. So I always use this one to create something that is on brand every time. Now, Gamma is the stuff. I love Gamma. It is so cool. It will either create this as a PDF for you, or you can actually publish it and turn it into a website. One of the things that I've actually been doing is actually just downloading it and uploading it into my Thrive cart. Won't get into that too much today, but we're going to wait until this is complete. While we're waiting for Gamma to do its thing, the second way to build the sales page very quickly is going to be a tool called famous.ai. There are so many different versions of this. You can do it on Canva, you can do it on Mocha, you can do it on so many different places. But I like Famous AI. It's pretty easy. And essentially all I'm doing is copy and pasted the sales page that Sloan wrote. And I just said, create a sales page for my new offer. This color scheme should include my brand colors. And I made sure to put my brand colors in there. Otherwise, it would just create whatever it wanted to create. So that's in there. I'm just going to go ahead and submit. All right, we're all signed in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it do its thing. So I feel like Famous AI takes maybe a little bit longer than Gamma. So it's going to load the project, it's going to think, and it's going to pop out something that's incredible, like insane when I show you. So while that is generating, let's see if I can pop back over to Gamma and see what's going on over there. All right, let's see. I feel like something's missing here. And I knew it. So there are obviously some glitches and you may have to change some things here, but as you can see, I can just easily change the text color. I can easily change any of these images. Like obviously this is a man and I don't want that to be a man. So I can change the style of the card. I can make it so that it, goes like this. And either here, if I wanted to add one of my pictures, I could just edit image. I could upload my own AI image, or I could say confident business woman, and it will create an AI person for me. And again, 10-80-10 rule here, right? 10%, I entered the information, Gamma did 80%. Now I'm going to go through and just make sure that everything looks correct, that it looks nice, that I like the layout, that the pictures represent what the offer is, and then it's pretty much done. It's taking a little bit longer than it normally does. Hopefully by the time we're done this, famous.ai will have created our sales page. But again, the sales page is just really depends on what you use, how long it's going to take you. This is probably going to take you the longest time. So if you really want to get an offer out there, just throw it on a Google Doc, or like I said, use Gamma, put it in there, create it as a PDF, send it out when people express their interest or when they click a link. That took, I don't know, the image generation is a little bit longer than it normally does, but I would say in about 5 minutes, I was able to take the copy that Sloan created, drop it into Gamma, and bam, sales page done. Okay, so we are about 45 minutes in, and Famous is still doing its thing. So while that is doing that, I'm going to move on to the creation of the images. Now, I'm not going to get into too detailed how I do this. I can do that in another video, but I already have ChatGPT programmed with how to create the images and using my brand colors and all of that stuff. So basically all I'm going to say is using the same branding, create a header image for my new offer. And I just copied and pasted the offer that Sloan created. and we'll see what it comes up with. Now, depending on the images that you want to create, you may want to create some story images. You may want to create some face promo images. It can do this for you as well. I'm just going to show you a couple different ones here, but just wanting to show you how easily and how quickly this can be done. Like I said, we're about 45 minutes in. Famous is still kind of working in the background. Now, obviously, I would say maybe another 45 minutes to an hour doing the technical setup, right? So actually setting up your automations in your email service provider, scheduling your posts into your whatever social medias that you're using. But this is all done in a day, in just a few hours, right? I know I work pretty quickly, so you may move a little bit slower, but essentially couple hours, you have your whole offer created and ready to sell and ready to start making money from. This no longer has to take a month. It no longer has to take weeks. It doesn't even have to take days anymore. It can take one day, sit your butt down, follow everything that I'm doing here, leveraging the tools that are available for you with AI. Now, I've been doing this for 13 years. It used to take me forever. I would actually have to sit and write out every single email, write every single post. It would take days, or I would be doing it on the fly. With this, you are essentially creating out your whole launch and promo within just a few hours. I'm going to say a few hours just to, be realistic, right? Well, that's great. I love this. Right now, if I want to make some changes here, I can obviously make some changes. But as is, let me see if I can make it bigger for you. It's got the photo of me. It's got the little bot here. It tells me there's going to be an authority GPT, an operations GPT, the IP amplifier, VIP build out, ready to stop being the bottleneck. Click here. Beautiful. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save that. And then now I'm going to say, now make one that is story size for Instagram, and it's going to say vertical, right? So I could, also, let's say if I don't like this picture, the picture is fine for me right now, but I could say, upload a photo here and say, switch it out with this picture, change the bot to something else, or remove this woman, or, it's so easy to make these changes on ChatGPT. Now, there is other image generators that I use, but I just wanted to show you this one quickly and easily because this is what most people are using. So it's creating the image. Again, a few minutes that it's taken to create these, and these are on brand. They're all going to look similar. They're all going to look like professional and good. So I can already see in here the little fuzziness that it is going to look amazing. Let's say I'm going to take one of those carousels, to copy and paste the carousel in here and say, hey, create the first slide image for my carousel using this content, right? And pop that in there. And now my first carousel image is done. I would say put it in a square and my carousel is done. So guys, this is how easy it is to have an offer and an idea just come to life and be ready to be sold immediately. Now, if you're doing something that is obviously a course or, a program that involves curriculum, you're going to have to build that on the back end. But this is an offer, that's like one-on-one, a VIP, a done for you. You can just get that offer out there immediately. And success loves speed. And this is why I love AI, even though I've spent more than a decade doing everything by hand and from my brain. I have just figured out how to leverage AI to still use what's in my brain, but just amplify it, make it happen faster, make it happen on a bigger scale than I ever could by myself. So I am super excited about this. I hope you guys are too. Let's see if Famous is done creating our sales page and we can wrap this video up. Oh my goodness gracious, look at this. Wow. This is beautiful. It's got my brand colors. Look how amazing. Oh my gosh, guys. Now, again, like I said, there's some tech stuff that you would have to set up on the back end, automation, or scheduling, things like that. That's maybe another hour or two. I would have your VA do that. But guys, this looks amazing. I'm so happy with this. Let me see what it actually looks like when I preview it. So here is the page built by Famous AI, and it looks amazing. Absolutely love it. So like I said, you're going to need probably about an hour to, or your VA really should be doing it, to connect everything, to do the tech. But this is, everything's done. Your sales page is done. Your emails are done. Your social media is done. Your images are done. Your offer is created. All, I would say, within an hour. This is awesome. This is how quickly you can get things out now, leveraging the power of AI. Things that used to take months, weeks, days now takes minutes to an hour. It even put in some frequently asked questions for me, guys. This is awesome. I love this one. A little bit simpler is the Gamma one. So it really just depends on your style, your vibe. You want something a little more flashy, you want something a little bit more clean. But I have two fully built out sales pages. This offer is ready to go and ready to be sold today. In total, that entire process took a little less than an hour. And as I mentioned in the video, I would allot another hour for tech setup, automating, and scheduling everything out. So even if this took half a day, you could have an idea in the morning and have it ready to be sold by the end of the day with your offer format, name, investment, bonuses, even upsells and downsells if you wanted. Your sales page, promo emails, welcome emails, and social media posts are done. Even the graphics and sales page design can be completed in just a few hours. Gone are the days that we have to spend weeks or even months to get a new offer out. No longer do we have to manually do it all. And as you can see, we guided AI and used to train custom GPTs. I was able to get a personalized, fully branded result instead of a general mediocre result. Check the description for the link to all of the custom GPTs and my courses and masterclasses on how you can do this for yourself.